Morning, morning, morning. This morning, I hope to finish this path. I got this done the last couple of days. Both of these beds have been planted, and about a third of that bed over there, bed 1, bed 2, bed 4. These two have been quite densely planted with lots of different things. That so far has carrots and arugula. The beginning of the week was kind of a wash. This is our Friday update, I suppose. You know, there's like a conflict in life between just the general maintenance things that you have to do for life, like paying the bills and going to the doctor and taking the kids to school and all those things, and the kind of other stuff that you want to get done, which is stuff around here. So half the week was taken up with life administration, and then I got to do some things around here. Yeah, this took a while. I did this path and then it was too narrow, so I pulled the whole thing up and did it again, trying to do things right. I brought more shade cloth to cover this. Vera has been pulling out the weeds. She's done an amazing job, so much to do. I'd done a little collection of olives. Some of these trees have got some olives on. Started brining those. I'm just going to keep going. Okay, this is how I make the path. I have the cardboard laid down in the path shape, and I take this shade cloth, maybe a sombra it's called here, and I try and smooth out the cloth a bit, tuck it under the cardboard, and this one. And I take one of these that I made from wire, just cut off and bent over, and push it through the cloth and the cardboard. Try not to bend it, and then using my trusty hammer, hammer it in, and that should hold it down. And put rocks on. That's how it looks. Here's an update on my old garden. Look at this jungle. Obviously, Zapagitos just never stop. Got maybe another dozen or so. And through the long grass, still some basil holding on. And a bunch of kale, which I'm going to pick some of that now for dinner. This I'm just letting go back to wild. And I still get a handful of tomatoes, a good handful of tomatoes every day in amongst all this. And there's some corn still ripening. I've poured some, but I haven't cooked it yet. And look, there's more tomatoes down here. Ooh, I hadn't noticed this before. There's a strawberry. Another day and that'll be ready to feast upon. Giant strawberry harvest. I'm going to transplant this plant to the new house. And there's a few butternut squashes growing that'll be there for another couple of months. And I have some spring onions, leeks. The okra here, I'm letting this dry and I'm going to save the seeds. These are like banana peppers, sort of. They don't go yellow, but they don't have any capsaicin. They're not spicy at all. I have some very spicy chili peppers over there. And this, I've got one zucchini, which I think is a bit late in the season. I don't know if he's going to do anything. That's zucchini, some kind of gourd, not sure. So that's what's happening here. It's just going back to wild, which is good. It served me well. kale for dinner. We do a peanut and kale noodles. And look, this and this, depending on what type it is, what size, that's what happens when lettuce goes wild. Just let it go, grows into those things. Pretty cool. And beautiful blue flowers as well. Promised a while ago a tour of the progress in the new house, which I'm gonna do soon, but it seems like our progress kind of got stuck for a while and now it's moving again. Things were happening, but you know, like a project seems not to do anything and then suddenly everything comes together. Hopefully now everything's going to start coming together. The painters are in there working. Most of the big construction's done. They're now building out my kitchen. The bathrooms are moving ahead quite quickly, so that's good. And hopefully I can go and do a tour in there soon. Shipping frustrations. Shipping is always an issue in Argentina. In January we ordered a water heater. First it disappeared into the bowels of the shipping company, and then they shipped us another one. They kind of just gave up on that one. They shipped us another one. Then we got a phone call the other day saying it was in Formosa, which is, if you're in the US, that's the equivalent of being in New York and them saying it's gone to Nome, Alaska. Or if you're in England, it's like, yeah, it's in the Outer Hebrides. You're like, what? How did it get there and why? Anyway, so we're waiting on the water heater and the new kitchen stove and another wood burning heater. That's the big things that we're waiting on. And then once those things are in, then I think I'll do a little tour then. I mean, the end is in sight, so fingers crossed.